recording begins. So good morning, all of you. Today we will see one more important topic of disadvantages of repertory. The same topic is also called as demerits of repertory or limitations of repertory. Now, what is the objective of learning this topic? There are mainly two objectives. One is a exam-oriented objective where all of us are only concerned with the exam. So few long answer questions are asked for 10 marks. Then each disadvantage. So I have just copied this slide. So each disadvantage will be asked for a long question. Then in the oral questions. Then for writing short answer questions on the specific repertory. So for example, if it is asked disadvantages of near repertory, disadvantages of Borderlands pneumonia, disadvantages of Allen's therapeutic of fever. So some part of this you can also write under that specific short note, which is asked for the specific repertory. And this long answer questions will be useful for writing the disadvantages of repertory will be again useful for writing long answer questions on the relationship of repertories with other subject. And these are all exam oriented objectives, and this topic should be very thoroughly learned from you, because these are introductory topics and you must learn this topic by heart, because it gives you the guarantee of passing in the theory examinations. And then the academic objective is that one should study this topic at the beginning and at the end. Now at the beginning to understand the limitation of repertory, and at the end of topic you will understand that even there is a disadvantages or limitations of this repertory subject. We will have to overcome these disadvantages and use the repertory more thoroughly. So the same topic will help us to understand what is the relationship of repertory with other subjects, and if you come across the disadvantages of repertory, how we are going to overcome these disadvantages. So with this objective, we'll begin our lecture of disadvantages. Now, since the development, if you see historically, since the first repertory was published, if you look over the history of repertory, in the past, the repertory has been criticized. The first criticizer of the repertory subject was Dr. Ajedi. Now, this Dr. Ajedi was of the opinion that repertory subject is misleading in the homeopathy. It is not a useful subject. It should be thrown away in the ocean. He was of the opinion, because he felt that whatever materia medica we get in the repertory, we are not able to get a picture or the conceptual image of a remedy. Whatever remedies we understand, or whatever information we get in the repertory, it is a fragments. And once you again reunite this fragment in terms of rubric, sub-rubric, there are more chances that it will create something false, and that will again misguide to the homeopathic physician. So he was of the opinion that let us throw out this repertory in the ocean. It is a very useless subject. But in spite of all these bad words, in spite of these clear-cut words, the subject repertory progressed, and that we have this progress, evolution of repertory we have seen under the name of specific era, like Hahnemannian era, Bonnevisson's era, Kentian era, post-Kentian era. So even in this specific era, every stalwart has been criticized because of his faulty construction of repertory, or his philosophy is criticized. But again, time and again, all these eras have passed. The criticisms were overcome by their followers, and there is a continuous improvement in the subject of repertory. So if we look at the history, so there is a lot of criticism, and repertory is improving slowly over a period of time. Over decades practice together or over centuries together, and repertory in today is at a very important position in the homeopathic subject. So in the initial centuries, in the 18th century, it was considered as a useless subject, but nowadays that useless has been converted into a repertory is a useful subject, and it has been confirmed that without repertory it is impossible to practice homeopathy. So the repertory has been evolved from a useless subject to useful subject, and finally in today's era or in today's time, it has become an indispensable tool for the practice of homeopathy. And this repertory has evolved from simple books to well technically compiled computer softwares. So this is the journey of all the repertory subject. So even if there are certain disadvantages, it has to be kept in our mind that no, repertory is a indispensable tool as far as homeopathy practice. Homeopathy as a pathy has to survive. It is an indispensable tool, and the various disadvantages are overcome by the use of various softwares, by the use of various modified technology. So before we start studying this, what we must know before we start this disadvantages of repertory is that one should have good knowledge of repertory. Not only good knowledge of repertory, but you should have a command on this subject. So the persons with half knowledge will criticize repertory more and more, and to thoroughly criticize, to really understand the limitation of repertory, we must have a good knowledge of repertory subject in general, and good knowledge of repertory, especially the various specific repertory, because the journey is has undergone various criticism, various improvement until today. The repertory is continuously improving. So you must grasp all this journey or evolution of the repertory subject, and you must have the good knowledge, thorough knowledge of this subject. Then one more thing is required before you start understanding the limitation or criticism on homeopathic repertory, that you must have been used this repertories frequently, repeatedly in your practice, in your study, and it is not the study of, or it is not the experience of using this repertory 1 year, 2 year, but you should use this repertories for near about 10 years, and then only you become eligible person to criticize, to understand the disadvantages of repertory. And finally, what is required is, before we study this topic, we require a positive attitude towards this disadvantages of repertory. Now, what is this positive attitude? That we will also see in the next slide. So the positive attitude will be as follows: that if you compare what are the advantages of repertory and the disadvantages of repertory, you will always find that the number of disadvantages are very less as compared to the advantages of repertory. So in spite of the disadvantages, what is more important is the advantages of repertory. And similarly, if you just compare again the advantages and disadvantages of repertory, and if you weigh out all these things, you will come to know that both the repertory subject has both sides of the coin. It has advantages and it has disadvantages also. But the positive attitude, what I just explained in the previous slides, is that one must remember in mind that in spite of all these disadvantages, the advantages are more, and definitely the disadvantages will be always be overcome, will always be complemented by the proper study of other subjects like materia medica, organon. And once you complement this disadvantages of repertory with the study of materia medica, with the study of organon, or in correlation of with other allied subjects like pathology, forensic medicine, toxicology, organic surgery medicine, yes, you will definitely overcome the various disadvantages of repertory, and you will get the advantages of repertory into your mind. And so, though there are limitations, we need to complement this, disadvantages of repertory or the limitations of repertory by the subject with other, by the study of other subjects like organon, materia medica. So with this introduction and with this positive attitude, we'll try to learn, we'll try to understand the various disadvantages of repertory. Now if we broadly classify what are these disadvantages of repertory. Now, this disadvantages of repertory can be broadly listed under this four heading. Yes, one heading is there are certain limitations about the repertory. That means about the repertory as a book, as a printed book of repertory. What are the limitations, disadvantage of the repertory? Repertory as a book or repertory as a software. Then there are certain disadvantages which can be categorized, which can be listed about the use of repertory. How using repertory is having certain disadvantages, and there are also certain other miscellaneous advantages that we'll study. And the most important disadvantages is about the user who is using the repertory. And I'm of the opinion that whatever disadvantages of repertory we come across, it is not the disadvantages of repertory, but it is the limitation, it is the disadvantage of the user, because he lacks good knowledge, he lacks good experience and a positive attitude towards looking at this subject and towards understanding this subject. So these are the four important categories under which you will have to describe the disadvantages of repertory, the disadvantages about repertory, disadvantages about the use of repertory when you start using the repertory in actually the process of repertorization step by step. And there are certain other disadvantages, and most important, there are certain disadvantages about the users, and this user, because of its lack of knowledge, lack of experience, lack of complementing the limitations of repertory with study of other subject, that user will always, that half knowledge user or the improper user will always blame the repertory. And some stalwart has also said that repertory is just like a tool, and the success of using this tool is in the hands of user. So it is all about the disadvantages, is all about the user, how that the user is going to use this tool, how that if that user is master of that tool, the results of using that tool will be more satisfactory. And if that user is inexperienced or little negligent user, he will always blame that tool, that this repertory is a useless subject, so and so on. So we'll begin with the listing of these disadvantages, first starting with the disadvantages about the repertory. So about the repertory means, again I will tell you that about the repertory means it is the topic which is related with the repertory as a book. what repertory not as a concept. So repertory as a concept has no limitation, has no limitations to this repertory as a concept, but repertory as a book has definitely certain limitation. And this repertory as a book, repertory as a software, whatever the factual limitations are there, that we are going to study this factual limitation, factual disadvantages about this subject. So the first factual disadvantage is that there is no repertory is complete. And when we say that no repertory is complete, now this completeness is in terms of three things. As we know that the repertory is an index of symptoms and medicines. So whenever we will pass the judgment the repertory is complete or incomplete, three criteria will be considered. The first criteria is how many number of medicines included in this repertory, the number of symptoms which are indexed, and the number of remedies which are updated, and also the plan and construction. So this completeness will be judged by three criteria: number of medicines, then number of symptoms in that repertory, and the plan and construction, the user friendliness of that repertory will be taken into consideration. So with respect to the repertory, number of medicines. So the number of medicines are not more in the repertory. So for example, the Keynes repertory, BTPP, BBCR, these are the three repertories in our syllabus of undergraduate. NIRS repertory, concordance repertory by Gentry. So the number varies in each of this repertory. So in the BTPP, there are hardly 126 remedies. In the Keynes repertory, there are hardly 626 remedies. BBCR has the same number in between 600, but it is 600 to 700, and it is not more than 700 medicines. So again, same is the limitation with respect to NIRS repertory, that it has only focused on the medicines which are been indexed in the hearing guiding symptom of our Materia Medica, and that hearing guiding symptom has again near about only 400 remedies which are described. The concordance repertory is again based upon T.F. Allen's encyclopedia, and that encyclopedia has again a limited number of medicines. So this incompleteness is with respect to the medicines, and this incompleteness is also with respect to the symptom. Just to take a comparison, if you see the BTPP, the number of mind rubrics are hardly 36. The number of general modalities which are there in the last chapter, alterations in the state of health, it is not more than 100 general modalities, not more than 100 aggravations and 100 ameliorations. Even the ameliorations are less in the number, even it is below the 15. So the rubrics also lacks in the number. That is the point which we need to understand. Then again, it has been compared that BBCR and Keynes repertory, the mental symptoms. Again, even though it is said that the Keynes repertory is a good repertory for using the cases for the mental symptoms, BBCR has more number of mental rubrics. Again, so we can continue with this study, but the point to conclude is that different repertories which are existing, it has a different number of medicine, it has a different number of symptoms, and top of that there is a different plan and construction. So there is no repertory which we can say that it is a complete repertory. And one more difficulty with respect to this number of medicine is that whatever updates which usually come into the Materia Medica, these updates are first given in the homeopathic materia medica. They are clinically verified, and then there are additions into the repertory. So this time lag between introducing the remedy, a new remedy to the materia medica and its entry into the repertory requires certain years. So there will be always this time lag. So materia medica will be more ahead as compared to the repertory. So just I have said that how we are going to overcome this difficulty of incompleteness. So just in the introduction, I have said that we have to study all this limitation with a positive mind, and I will add at the end of each disadvantages how this can be improved, how it can be complemented. So how this will be complemented, this incompleteness will be complemented by using more and more newer remedies, more and more newer repertories, more and more newer softwares of the repertory. So even though those newer repertories are not included in your UG syllabus, you must study after passing your graduation, and you better, I will suggest, if you want to learn the advantages, if you want to learn the study repertory subject thoroughly, you must go and take admission as a PG subject to the repertory. Then one more subject is there is a lack of symptoms in the repertory. So there are well characteristic symptoms are there which are found in the repertory, which are found in the homeopathic materia medica, but they are important, also important for prescription, but we do not find this well recognized symptoms in the repertory. And if there are symptoms in the homeopathic materia medica and in the therapeutics, but even though it is a well proved symptom, even though it is a well characteristic symptom, it is not found in the repertories, and actually such symptoms are important for prescription. So one example I would like to know is that there is one symptom in the cannabis sativa. The burning pain in the urination is so severe, or the burning in the urethra is so disturbing to the patient that even walking with the closed legs, or walking with the legs which we usually do and fro while doing normal walking, is also hurting to the urethra, and patient has to walk with the legs spread apart. So you just imagine a walk of that person. Usually we walk in a 180 degree of our legs, but this patient will walk with the legs which are spread apart, and the patient will try to avoid any touch to the sensitive urethra. This is a very characteristic symptom of cannabis sativa. Very good remedy for urinary tract infection, but it is not mentioned in the our well-known repertories. Then there are certain tips which are given in our books of materia medica and therapeutics. So I have just taken the experience of this remedy, gingiber. Now gingiber in Borix materia medica, in the introductory part, it is said that it is a good remedy for complete cessation of functions of kidney. Now what is this complete cessation of function of kidney? It is nothing but the acute renal failure or chronic renal failure. But this sentence is not mentioned in the well-known repertory. Same is with that of L-serum, is a good remedy to decrease the level of urea, creatinine, and improve the kidney function. So just now I have given these two remedies, two mother tinctures, mother tincture of gingiber and L-serum in a lower potency, and there is a patient is improving, his urea, creatinine levels are coming down. So such a lack of symptoms is also there in the repertory. So today we'll stop here. So I will end this meeting here only by understanding this two limitations of repertory and certain introductions about the previous topic, the objectives, how repertory was historically criticized and how repertory has improved. So I will few minutes, I will begin another meeting. I will again convert this meeting recording, and with the same ID, I will again same ID and password. I will begin with one more meeting for next 15 or 20 minutes. So you be patient, and I'm ending this meeting now. Ending this meeting now. Don't go anywhere. Again, rejoin this.